Very dear and respected audience, this is Professor Dr. Ahmed once again for his YouTube channel recording this short video on the role and impact and causes and uses of Mutt the dog in Hanif's novel The Red Birds. So one can say that this video is about Mutt the dog in that novel, that is Red Birds by Muhammad Hanif. Let's have a start. First of all, we need to take care of the fact that animals have been used by the writers in their texts, especially if they want to say something allegorical or they need to say that thing which possibly they deem unfit that some human being should be saying like that. And so animals have always been there. For example, if you refer back to postmodern novel, The White Tiger by Urban Ediga, lots of animals have been used. But this use of animal has not been a new thing. In mythology, for example, if we go back, pre-Renaissance literature tells us that most of the time animals are speaking. The monsters are speaking, or the genies or some other type of supernatural creature is speaking, or at the maximum the gods are speaking and the angels are speaking. But humanist movement brought human beings and the role of the animals was reduced. But the dog or the cat has been the type of animals who have been living in the world of human beings like friends and have been playing their roles as much as possible. So same is the case with Mutt, that the writer would like to very cleverly describe the things with an eye and observation of Mutt the dog. He's not a human being. He is a dog, and how does a dog look at the people, look at the things which are happening, look at the developments which are taking place in the novel? That would be very objectively and very impartially described by the writer. It's a very beautiful way of expressing the things which are happening around in the novel. Mutt is a special type of dog which is called mongrel, in other words, the type of dog who is not clear about his genealogy or about his breeding. The mother and the father dog are not clear, and ultimately such a dog is produced, which is a hybrid, maybe out of the dog's hybrid, and that is Mutt, of course, the dog. And this dog is very much important in the movies also. We have observed not only in the mythology, we have the animals which are speaking to the human beings, but in the modern world, in the modern postmodern world, we have dogs or the other animals which are having voices, which are speaking just like human beings. So this art is not a new art. Cinderella tales, for example, animals are speaking there, and modern short stories being filmed or the animated movies are showing the animals talking to the human being and giving their observation as well. So in this way, the technique is not new. It's quite formal and quite useful and very much familiar with the people, the readers of the modern world. Yes, the dog is a Mutt dog is therefore a talking dog, and his childhood, let us say, when he was brought into the family, equates with the childhood of Momo and Ellie. And Mutt relates one of the incidents when the electric current or electric shock was given to him when he touched the cable, electric cable, and he was much disturbed with that, and ultimately he was rescued. This kind of thing in Mutt shows that a clear entry of special energy was present in his mind, and so he was sharper than the other dogs. He could smell very good, and he could tell the tales of the people and understand with the help of his observation as well. A second incident also took place in the life of Mutt when Ellie and his plan fell in the desert, and somehow Mutt was under that, and as a result his one leg was broken, and ultimately he got a limp in his leg, and that limp was quite permanent. So in this way, two incidents of his life make him a special dog. He's a lovely dog, loved by every person at home. It may be Ellie, it may be Momo, it may be mother deer, it may be father deer. He's a loved dog. And he plays a role, quite a role, just like a human being as a family member. But with respect to being a dog, he is continuously playing his role. We can see at Mutt with respect to it being a philosophical dog. I mean, how a dog could be philosophical, but the writer uses his opinion in such a way as if he is speaking as a philosopher, telling about the techniques of life, the ways of life, the observation of the people, about the foreigners and their hungers, their desires. All these things are talked about by Mutt. So he's a philosophical dog and trying to reflect upon the world and how the world is behaving and going on. All these things the dog is telling to the people. So he's a philosophical dog, and he's also the dog which has a conscience. For example, the things which are stuck in his mind, like he is a dog and he needs to take care of the people who take care of him, and he is not to bark against anybody, he is not to accuse anyone. So in that way he continues to play the role of a person who's got the conscience in him, a type of subconscious he's carrying. Being a dog, he cannot tolerate any person to be in suffering, in trouble, so he would like to help them. Even when Momo wanted to leave that pilot in the desert, it was the dog who tried to secure the pilot and tried to take him in his home. So in that way, is a conscience-stricken dog. Dog is more trustworthy. The writer perhaps tries to intentionally show that he's more trustworthy as compared to the human being. Mutt is definitely trustworthy because at his home, wherever he's left and whatever place he's left, he takes care of that. Whatever duty is given, he takes care of that. And then he is all the time walking with Momo, whatever Momo is doing. Sometimes Momo may be trying to get rid of that dog, but she is there to take care of Momo at the time. And then he accompanies all these people with every time, whatever the difficulty may be, he suffers all those sufferings which the family is suffering. So in that way, a trustworthy dog. Mutt comes back to life again and again. He is lost sometime. He is under the injury of falling off the plane sometime, and sometime he goes away and ultimately returns. That is something very unique about this dog. He comes back again and again. And the special quality of Mutt is not only this, that he understands human beings, but also he is capable of looking at the red birds, which are mostly not visible to the human beings. Red birds in Hanif's novel are no more visible, but somewhere these are visible to Mutt, and Mutt can see them. According to Mutt, this is the blood of the martyred people, which is scattered here and there, and so in that way he is observing that blood as well. But he does not let the people locate those red birds, but then he in a way is able to see the blood, is in a way able to see the souls of the martyred people flying in the air, and that is the special quality of Mutt. So that is the reminder of the things which the war causes. As this novel is an irony of war, war-mongering, and the results of the war. So Mutt very beautifully plays the ironic role which is surrounded around the plot of the novel and the way the novel behaves in that way. So Mutt is able to have a good smell and good other things in him, and is able to see those red birds as well. Many good things are there in him. He is the holder of secrets of many people, and he is the childhood joyous secret in his mind, and then he is a limp as well. All this combined together make him a very interesting dog. He is there to play the role of soldier as well, a companion as well, a kind of spy as well. So he goes and accompanies the mother deer in her army to rescue her son, and he is alongside her. He goes to the hangar and then comes back successful as well. And he thinks that the victory of the mother is not without him, it is with him. So in that way he keeps on playing a very heroic type of role which he is assigned with that. Hanif has used this dog, ultimately we can say, in order to convey his opinion, his philosophy, his writing in the way that perhaps through the mouth of a human being that wouldn't have been possible. And in order to get that advantage, the dog Mutt has been introduced there. So in this way, this is the comment that I can have about the dog. The dog has got a good role, allegorical role, ironical role, role of an animal, role of animal converted into human beings, a very specific, very responsible type of role. He behaves in a very proper way. He behaves as if he's a noble dog and doesn't do the things which the common dogs are doing. So in that way, he claims a special status. His behavior with Ellie is very good. His behavior with Lady Flowerbody is very good. And his behavior with Momo, as he's a friend and he's all the time with him. So it's very good going on with him. So in that way, dog Mutt is the most important character, one of the most important characters, playing the full role in the novel. He's nowhere lacking in his role. All the time he is present. So if any character is present all the time, or if that character shadows the whole of the environment, that is Mutt. So that's about the Mutt. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you might have enjoyed it. Do not fail to hit the subscribe button. And you can post your questions on Facebook or on YouTube. Sometime I like to answer that. And with this, I would say goodbye for the next coming video on some other novel. So far, the videos on this novel have completed. So thank you for watching. Hopefully seeing you in some video.